All right, guys, the highlights from Friday in our live trading chat room at greatstockpicks.com. Man, I had a really good day, and I didn't think we would with options quadruple witching. Actually, I thought it would be boring, and you know what? A lot of the day was, but sometimes sitting there being patient, something can come out of nowhere. So this was CRM, which is a really beaten up stock on the daily. These are 5-minute candles I'm showing you here. One of our all-stars, Big Al, posted the volume alert, and then I think Jonathan L. or maybe Big Al himself posted what the news was. They had some sort of collaboration. Man, I don't even know if it was Oracle or with some other big company, and with CRM being beaten up, this became interesting to me. So you see the volume, and oftentimes when this happens, you'll see some stocks do this and then tank, right? Because it takes a while for one, for the news to get around, and two, for the crowd to digest the news and decide how relevant it is. But the reason this had my attention was because this daily chart is so beaten up that when you have a really beaten up stock and you have good news, that can manifest into a pretty powerful trade. So I'll show you how I traded this. Let me switch to 2-minute candles here. Okay, now I'm really zoomed in so you can see it. This was that initial spike I showed you, and you had that, it looked like a topping tail because it had come all the way back down to here. But on 2-minute candles, this is how it played out. So when it looked like this, I jumped on the microphone. I typed into chat as well that this may give a nice, what we call a twos setup, which means I'm going long if the first break of a previous 2-minute candle's high. In the case of CRM, like I said, the news slowly getting around. It would be a break of this candle's high because you have a high, lower high still. I love the fact that this was a nice narrow candle because that means our trigger's right above it and our stop's right below it. That makes it a very tight stop, which means you can take a little bit more size. All right, and you can see here in 2-minute candles, in 2 minutes you had 500,000 shares. So there's definitely passion behind this, and if it starts to move up again, there's a good chance we get a nice move. So the entry idea was over that little baby candle there, 36.97. The stop 11 cents below, and there's the trigger. Next thing you know, we're through the high of the day, and I was off to the races. I'll switch to 5-minute candles to make it easier to see now. So from 36.97, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 minutes. I'm sorry, that's not fair. That's not right. Here we go, 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes later, we're up well over $1, and it ends up going up almost $2. It went up $1.86 in our favor on what I say, 11 cents risk. It absolutely made my day right there. All right, other calls from the day. We had one of our all-stars, Big Ideas, called Fran, and this is pretty impressive. We had a couple strong stocks moving higher. You know what? Let me go back to the SPY and show you what the SPY looked like. Zoom in a little bit here. This is what the SPY looked like. These are 5-minute candles. So, you can see all the way up until the middle of lunch, the SPY was just selling, okay, after, of course, a really weak day yesterday. Even while that's going on, sorry about that, Big Ideas found a nice strong one and made a call at 26.11, which is right over this candle, and the stop goes right around 25.80. And from 26.11, this thing doesn't look like much because it's kind of compressed, but 26.11, it went to 27.34 and went up pretty nicely, pretty quickly. So even though the market was getting hit, we had a nice long in that one. And then I also called THRX right here over 37. 37.10 was my entry. Worst case stop, 36 cents below. But from 37.10, within about 10 or 15 minutes, we're almost at 38. So right in here is where we are selling, and that was a nice long trade too on a weak tape. So proud of that as well. And looking for shorts, we have a guy, one of our all-stars, Serendib, called this MAS. His kind of specialty is shorts and finding very low-risk setups as far as stops go, tight stops. So he called this short at 19.35 and the stop at 19.45. And look at this. Dime risk. Let me pan out. And it went all the way down to 18.43. So almost $1 move in our favor on a dime risk there as well. And then even late in the day, I mentioned EBIX had a nice spike here, kind of like CRM, I said this is interesting around the 2-8. Now I didn't make an official call on that. The 8-period moving average, 2-minute candles. You get the strong move, that pullback. If the move's going to continue, that 2-8 is a great place to start looking for an entry. To be fair, I didn't take that one. I was done for the day. But that was it. That's the highlights from the chat room today. Great teamwork as always, guys. I'll quit babbling and we'll see you tomorrow. Nope, we won't. We'll see you Monday.